Go right ahead.
Will the member from Riverside yield?
I will.
So first off, how much revenue is this expected to generate over our current tax code?
$3.5 billion.
So 3.5, I'll make a note of that. And then let's talk a little bit, how hard is it to raise taxes? Is this you're going to need to do it again like a simple majority, or do you need to have a supermajority to raise these rates?
In a normal session, up until the end of the May 31st deadline, it requires a simple majority to pass a bill to raise the Illinois income tax rate.
Okay, and I think some of my colleagues are going to ask you about a constitutional amendment that we're talking about that would create a supermajority requirement, but I'll let that go. So to the bill. We're talking about a $3.5 billion tax hike. I call this a jobs tax because it's a tax on jobs. So let's talk about a history lesson here in Illinois. So back in 2011, the dead of the night, Governor Quinn passed the temporary tax and kite with no reforms. In 2017, I witnessed a tax hike passed here, and that summer, a permanent tax hike with no reforms. And today, I haven't heard about any reforms. All I've heard about is another tax hike. So let's talk about why wouldn't we add a requirement for a larger majority? Why is it just a simple majority? I do remember one of our senators said that he wanted to have a more flexible tax code, a more nimble tax code. That concerns me. I would much prefer having to have a supermajority to raise these rates. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a jobs tax. It's a tax on jobs. Now, the people don't want higher taxes. What do they want? They tell me they want term limits. They tell me they want a hard cap on property taxes. They tell me they want legislative map reform. So far, we haven't talked about the reforms that the people want. All we've talked about is more taxes, more spending, more money from their pockets. And these are pocketbook issues, specifically your hands in their pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a tax on jobs. Please vote no.